that we have been expecting Chief of Army Staff before now. Now is before us. It's supposed to be here by 2:30, but they have been calling like almost every 10 minutes to update me on what is happening on their side and what is holding them down for them not to be here on time as scheduled. I will tell you that since a few minutes to 2 or around 1:30 thereabout, they have called more than 7 times to update me on what is holding them down. Now they are here. Honorable colleagues, we would like Chief of Army Staff to brief us so that we ignite the members' response.
Members of the committee, I've earlier been invited to come before you. Due to exigency of duty, it wasn't possible. I was either in the northeast or southeastern Nigeria, or better still in the south-south, trying to ensure stability within Nigeria. Today, I had the opportunity to come before you. This morning, I had other security chiefs visiting me on the same major issue, which borders on security, internal security of Nigeria, the national security question. I've had the opportunity to come before you. I hereby present myself before this committee. Thank you.
Chief of Army Staff, thank you for your goodwill presentation. Before now, we sent some letters to your office requesting for some documents. I understand that some of these documents have been submitted. You have some of the submission? So.
This one today.
So what happened to the remaining documents we requested for? Huh?
They submitted all this today, which we have not been able to go through this one too, and it's now to date in a copy.
I've been forwarded to you.
Honorable colleagues, I think that you listen to him. The article document has been submitted. You might not have some of this document also like a month ago, right? Like a month ago. You know, so the issue of submitting documents, some of the documents this morning, for us to disqualify this meeting on that basis does not arise, because we have some of this document, part of it before now. So we can be working on that while we are going through the one that we received this morning.
Nine House of Representatives have done a very good job in making sure that the security architecture of this country work very well for the betterment of our people. And I'm here sitting down here to say that a lot of our colleagues take a serious pain to invite the Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammad Buhari, to this chamber to come and explain the issue of security, because we believe that this country must be one, and we believe there must be peace in this country. And that is why we took that pain. It's very difficult, an either statement to say that we invite him. So, Chief of Army Staff, we have seen how you, in the theater of war, you command the theater. We saw it. Your appointment, we congratulate your appointment. That is the well-deserved appointment. But when the parliament call you, it should be civil. When the parliament call you, you should respect the parliament and address the issue within the parliament. We know that those individuals that were holding those positions were holding it under you, even under your predecessor. This is the command structure of Nigerian Armed Forces. There was no way you refer us to go and meet individuals that hold those positions. We should call you, we should ask you. Is when you ask you, then when you go back, you ask your command structure to ask them, what happened? And this parliament can even invite whoever that was holding the position before you. From 2015. From 2015, we can invite anybody. 2010. Whether he's still in the armed forces or he's outside, we can invite him. But for now, you are the point of call that this parliament will ask. And we have seen all the document here. It's before us. We would have wanted to refer us to many things here, but you said that you have done an executive summary. But I can tell you, sir, where in your paragraph here where you recommend that is government to government. We know every procurement of the armed forces is government to government. But you, as a Chief of Army Staff.
Thank you, Chairman, distinguished colleagues. My name still remains Honorable Bid Uchenna AK. I speak for Abon Bisenga Bala Federal Councils. Mr. Speaker, my point of order is we cannot speak on this document. It's not before us. My colleague, Priye, raised an issue, a very sensitive issue, that the Chief of Staff should go through what they submitted to be sure that these documents came from his office and that he has to officially own it up before Nigerians, before we can speak on these documents. That's my point of order. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, we are all working for the progress of this country. The Chief of Army Staff has told us how he has been meeting people because of the security situation of this country. And this ad hoc committee was set up by the House also because of the security situation of this country. We are here to partner with them. We are here to partner with all necessary agencies that will make sure the situation is very calm. Security, Nigerians are protected and protected very well. Calling him, inviting him, is for him to come and tell us what he knows, his challenges. After all, at the end of our sittings and hearings, we are going to make a submission to the House. If they need more money, if the problem is for the House to appropriate more funds, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues, we will do that. If the problem is the security, the personnel, we also know that. So I want the Chief of Staff to know that we are as important as those people he has been meeting. Because the people that are being killed are Nigerians. They are your brothers and sisters. They are also our brothers and sisters. Honorable colleague said it here. We are working for Nigerians. You are working for Nigerians. And all we are doing is to make sure that lives and properties are protected. I'm from Imo State. Just recently, something happened. Something terrible happened. And that's why all of us are crying. Every day people are killed. Every day, banditry. every time, terrorism. And the House has set up in her wisdom to say, okay, let us look at these things. Is the problem the barber, or is the problem the barbing materials? That's what we want to know. If the problem is the barber, then we'll call the barber to say, this is the way to do it. If their materials are not okay, then we'll give them the necessary materials to work. On that note, I want to move, because it is also in this constitution, Mr. Chairman, if you permit me, the section 89 of our constitution says, for the purposes of any investigation, which of course what we are doing, under section 88 of this constitution, and subject to the provisions thereof, the Senate and the House of Representatives, or any committee appointed in accordance with section 65 of this constitution, shall have power, A, to procure all such evidence, written or oral, direct or circumstantial, as it may think necessary or desirable, and to examine all persons as witnesses whose evidence may be material or relevant to the subject matter. B, to request such evidence to be given on oath. What he has presented, he has presented to us an evidence, but he has to own it up, and it has to be on oath. And Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues, it is not the chief of staff that will tell us how to do our job. It is wrong. You don't come and tell us, go and invite people. What you know, you tell us. We know our rules, we know the parliamentary rules, we know how we handle our things. Please, Mr. Chairman, I have just moved that he owns these documents. Look at them. The documents, the earlier one and this one, own it up, let him present it on oath, and then we can pick him on that. Thank you, sir.